Join the savage tribe. New takes weekly, unfiltered and raw. Isaac's voice, the memer's law.
And now Isaac has joined us. He's got a lot of retard potential, and I think he's going to be able to make it to the big leagues of retardation one of these days.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yep, he agrees. He agrees he's super retarded.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Let's go.
All right. How's everyone doing? We're on to episode 8 of the Golden Age podcast. We got a packed panel, packed chat. Before we get to the panel real quick, I just want to give a shout out real quick. We got everyone in chat. We got Jake Martin. We got ABF. We got Nerd Slap. We got John Ambler. I don't know. This is a new account. Irwin's New Potato.
I've never heard of him.
Very interesting.
But man, he looks like he's got some fantastic cable management. So well done to him.
I agree. That cable management definitely did not give ABF a heart attack on that stream the other day. That's for sure. So what's up? We got everyone, and let's move on to panel as I trip over my words. Irwin, how you doing? Thank you for
I'm
coming
Irwin.
on.
Pleasure to be here. Eight streams before I got an invite. I thought we were friends, Isaac, but apparently
wanted to make it worth your while. Three viewers isn't good enough for Irwin, so I'm just saying.
I am a bit of a diva. Thank you. I asked for the red carpet and only green M&Ms. I haven't seen those yet, but
eventually you'll
Just
get your
took out the brown ones. That's all you get.
You'll get your Mexican tacos and breakfast tacos in.
Or you'll be hearing from my agent. Yes.
Speaking of your agent, Nick, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite. Stoked to be talking about some stuff with you guys.
Absolutely. We're gonna.
Does Nick sound a little too manly to anyone else?
He's crushing the rest of us.
He's
man.
got the radio voice down.
Okay. It's a little loud on my end, but yeah, sorry. I'm
Is it
probably just
turn it down?
intimidated by the
10%.
high testosterone.
10%.
I could tone it down a little bit.
Okay.
It's good. Good to have you on. I've been watching your channel. You're doing some great stuff, and you're based too. That's what we want. More based people up here. So.
Absolutely.
I had no idea.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And we got Magnum Norris. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming back on.
Great. Just getting off a long boring work weekend and ready to do something else. So
yeah,
here I am.
Tell me about it. So maybe we can provide that here. That's right. Corn Boy. What's up?
Happy to be here, man. It's going to be a great week. I look forward to all the news progressing and becoming a more steadily based society we can all hope for.
Piece by piece. Speaking of becoming a more based society, not debased, but more based. This is a flashback from 9 years ago. The GOAT himself, he on Cinco de Mayo, or as we've recalled it, Cinco Deporto for today. We got here, the best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics. That's fantastic. From the president himself. So as you can see, the president running for president at the time, enjoying a good taco bowl at Trump Tower. So gotta appreciate that. He loves the Hispanics.
He has aged quite well.
He has.
Yeah.
I mean,
and being president,
15.
Yeah, being president makes you extra age as well. I don't care how orange he is. He's still looking pretty darn good.
He's definitely aged the best out of the most recent presidents. That's for sure.
I totally agree. I mean, you look at him. I would have thought this was a picture from yesterday, but I guess not. 9 years ago.
They tried to paint him as too old because he slipped a little bit when he was walking, and then when Biden falls down the stairs every other fucking day.
Oh, it's nothing. Yeah. It's nothing when they do it. It's perfectly okay. So, moving on, we're going to get into our obligatory meme section. We open the show first few minutes with a little bit of funny, slightly nonsensical stuff. Maybe this isn't quite nonsensical. This was pretty cool development. This is from the official White House account, who some intern is killing it over at the official government White House account. Now we can debate the lightsaber color. That's one thing, but
I'm gonna
I say it's
consider
MAGA
it
red. Yeah, Happy May the 4th to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting so hard to bring Sith Lords, murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and well-known MS-13 gang members back into our galaxy. You're not the rebellion, you're the empire. May the 4th be with you. Signed, President Trump. So I think it's pretty fantastic. I know people have had a critical view on it, and it is what it is. I say the lightsaber's MAGA red. That's what I've planted my flag on. What do you guys think of this and what the White House has been posting lately? What do you
I think it's pretty wild that he manages to be the Pope and also a Sith Master or Sith Lord rather. Very impressive.
Very impressive.
I love it, but oh man, literally every reply is, you do know what red lightsabers mean, right?
Yeah.
It would have been funny if you had an orange lightsaber, you know what I mean? Like that would have been extra memey.
Exactly.
Yes. And they're real too. They're orange lightsabers, so it would have been perfect. Yeah. AI going to do what AI does.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the veins in those biceps.
Look at those arms.
Look at him.
Dude is jacked.
He can't do blue lightsaber because that's Democrat, right? So, well, I guess it'd be green, right?
I just want to know how he finds the time to get to the gym.
He can't be the fucking Green Party either.
He just stays awake like 20 hours a day, sleeps 4 hours a day, and
yeah,
6'3", 215.
It's not beyond him.
It's MAGA red. It's Republican. That's what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't reach his head to shampoo his hair, but he can sign them executive orders, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. Moving on to some funny stuff more of today. I'm not going to read it out loud because it will get clipped.
What?
But
LaShondra is making fun of the LGBTQ stuff?
Oh my.
Look at what Walmart had in stock for today.
Not even gonna lie to y'all. Walmart really making me not even want to be gay no more.
Look at this. Homo estás.
Cringe.
Ready to
We
slay.
could just go ahead and skip Pride Month because
So I'm sorry. We're taking that off the screen. I don't want to hurt you guys anymore than we have
Oh
to.
my god.
That's very
Isn't that pretty
homophobic.
awesome?
That's wild.
Yeah, fully endorsed, based. So Walmart putting that out. Homo estás for Cinco de Mayo.
You get what you deserve. You're all like, yes, please pander to us. Do everything for Homo estás. Yeah, you get what you deserve, you homos.
That's right.
What did it say? Cute something. Can't wait to slay or something.
Cute, gay, and ready to
I'm not.
slay.
That's gonna get clipped. That's gonna get clipped.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah. We do a little trolling. Speaking of a little trolling, I saw this. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but this is a fantastic little clip I saw of the whole Shiloh Hendricks debacle.
I haven't done it yet. I may do it. Probably I will do it. I would almost. I haven't done it yet.
So I mean, what say you? I mean, hey, 500K, 500K, and words are just words. So
I donated $10 to her. She earned every cent of that.
Based. I totally agree. We're going to be getting into that in a little further down the line. And Matt Walsh, of all people, had a very, very base take on the subject.
Wow.
100% agree with him on this. 100%. He had a horrible take on Revenge of the Sith recently, but Matt Walsh.
Even the neocons aren't going along with white guilt.
Daily Wire employed Matt Walsh after his boss Benny said no. He went against the grain and supports Shiloh. So
interesting.
Progress.
You'd like to see it.
He's so much better than Ben.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
He still has a lot of bad takes.
His takes on pop culture suck. And speaking of sucky takes on pop culture, Jack Pozo said the prequels suck because they were poorly made by George Lucas, who had a small role in the original series. The sequels suck. We agree with that. Don't even need to talk about it. But our vice president says prequels were underrated. And we go down a little bit. We got Jeremy. Absolutely. Jay. This is fantastic. The prequels were underrated. And no, I don't think so. So this is a wonderful development. I'm very happy to see this. What do you guys think? What do you think of the current sitting vice president of the United States defending the Star Wars prequels? How amazing is that?
Well, he's basically my age, and he was just in his teens when these came out. So I'm not surprised at all. I do think they're not underrated, not necessarily overrated either. They're not nearly as good as the original trilogy, if you ask me. But I still really like them. So
yeah, that's a fair take. I mean, we all have different opinions.
Yeah.
On that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they can definitely be underappreciated, I think, at times. It's like if you go back and watch them, there's definitely parts of episode 1 and 2 that aren't good. Yeah, and I think a lot of people will agree in like certain sections, of course, but I think it's Revenge of the Sith being like arguably like the best film of the prequels, but like in the entirety of George Lucas's saga.
It's my favorite for sure. Yeah.
The end of that movie is the best probably section of the whole Star Wars. But
that was when George had all the tools at his disposal to fully implement his vision onto the screen. I believe he fully encapsulated and tied up the story.
But A New Hope, and Empire are perfect movies, in my opinion.
Possibly.
They're not. They're completely flawless.
I was always in the camp of the Return of the Jedi was my favorite. So
I would almost make the comparison. 1 through 6 is a perfectly linear story. There's there's things about it that are a little tweaky, but
plot developments all throughout. Yeah, that's true.
They were a little slow for me when I was younger, but man, did I enjoy the pod racing in Phantom Menace.
Absolutely.
Dude, 100%
game as well.
What a great Nintendo 64 game. I love that game.
You can still play it online.
Jar Jar Binks.
I mean, so it's available out there. Speaking of Jar Jar Binks and horrible, disgusting, mutated things, we're getting into the development of Robert De Niro.
You get what you fucking deserve.
That's right, bitch. So we got Clint Eastwood's son. We got Bobby, and that's Bobby De Niro's son. That's his son right there. So
used to be his son.
Yeah, well, still his son, just a mentally ill, deranged version of it. So that's you get what you get, as far as I'm concerned. You go whining and bitching and moaning about the mean far right, and what goes around comes around, I guess.
The top is Republican voter, and the bottom is Democrat voters.
Yes, this is a perfect encapsulation of it. So,
well, for Democrat voters, it should be like a tombstone, or people who move to another.
Well,
state.
I mean, 42%. Don't rule it out yet.
Yeah, he might be part of the 58%, so you never know.
Never know.
True.
Flip a coin. So we're gonna read this real quick.
I thought of you with this one, Isaac.
I know. And speaking of which, shout out, Hook, man. Let's get into this. What's up, Bad Sauce? How you doing? We got Alex. Good to see you guys. So we're going to talk about this real quick. I am a free speech absolutist. I'm a constitutional loving American. Yep. I believe in absolute free speech. I don't believe in censorship.
I believe words don't hurt. Yeah.
You fight free speech with free speech.
Yep.
Yes. So censorship is BS of speech. So there was a bill introduced to the House banning criticism of Israel. It was pulled from the congressional schedule after MAGA backlash. They say MAGA backlash, but I would say backlash of a lot of people from every direction. Just who values free speech criticize this.
Was MTG was a part of it, right? I didn't quite catch.
Yeah, she came out against it.
She was the tip of the spear on this project of killing the bill. So, regardless of anyone's view on Israel, I think that's irrelevant. It's your view on the First Amendment on the subject, I believe. And this
is why no bills are getting passed in Congress, because a half of Congress is this side of the red aisle.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So this is I'm glad that it looks like the bill is killed. Republican Congressman Thomas Massey announced on Monday a controversial bill banning the censorship of Israel has been pulled from the schedule for this week. So for this week, he says, I don't think that means permanently. We'll see as it progresses. But after backlash from himself and other members of Congress, let's see. Republican bill HR 867 that would have imprisoned Americans for 20 years for criticizing Israel. In this important report, Alex Jones exposes how globalist forces, are promoting totalitarian censorship through both left and right wing means, and how we can come together. So,
Isaac, I believe there is a quote. Jake says banning criticism of anybody is a no-go. There's a certain quote that your people really like. It's something along the lines of, the people you're not allowed to criticize are the ones who are ruling over you. Something along those lines, right?
The unnamed masters. Yeah, the unnamed masters. It is what I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Apparently, HR 867 has been pulled from the schedule for this week. Thank you for your vocal opposition on this platform. It was a ridiculous bill that our leadership should have never scheduled for a vote, Massey wrote. So I'm a fan of Thomas Massey. We follow each other on X. He's pretty based. I'm a big fan. He's my favorite person in Congress.
Friend of the channel, Thomas Massey.
Yeah, he's a friend of the channel, you could say. I mean, so, we'll I like him. I admit he is a flawed politician in some ways. I fully admit this. Nobody's perfect,
They all
but you
are.
can't expect perfection. Exactly. So
Libertarian's
we're
gonna libertarian.
Libertarians gonna
Pretty
libertarian.
much, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they are their own worst enemy.
They need
sometimes,
their
too.
voice, though. So it's
Yes.
not just a lockstep to take away our freedoms.
Yeah, they're great for
One
keeping
side
the
or the
Republicans
other.
in check, but then we also need to
Exactly.
keep the libertarians in check because they're like 90% the
time.
best ideas, 10% the absolute worst ideas.
Yeah, and when you say absolute worst, you mean the fringe
Doesn't
of
hurt
like,
to listen.
oh, you can mutilate your minors and stuff and all the
Yeah, legalize all drugs, chamber
Yeah,
of chamber
yeah.
of
Well,
commerce
those aren't
types as well.
those aren't libertarians. Those are leftists that infiltrated the Libertarian Party.
Free
my
market
opinion.
chamber of commerce types.
I agree
They-
with you, Magnum, on that.
They're
Sure.
trying to. They infiltrated
Not
the Libertarian
free trade.
Party the last 20 years, and
I
it's
mean, look
gone
who
to
they
shit.
ran for president last time—a total leftist.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that would
So,
not. Yeah, that's not fucking Ron Paul. Okay, so
No, Ron Paul is the
Definitely
pinnacle of a
not.
libertarian. He's, in my opinion, the best president we never had. So
mm.
I
True.
big fan of
I'll
his.
say
So
Thomas Massey and Rand Paul are basically the same person.
yeah, they are. They're two
Close
sides of the
to it,
same
yeah.
coin. Very much so. Yeah, I'm more of a fan of Massey. Rand Paul kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit on some issues. and
He's a
some-
bit
it is what it is.
wishy-washy, I think.
He can.
Yeah, he can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little weird with the clot shot. He was kind of pushing that a little bit and kind of, not authoritarian-y, but just kind of like, oh, you should take it. So, and I never took it. So, moving on.
Well, now he's
On
been trying to castrate Fauci for a long time. So I'll give
The
him
number
credit.
one person trying to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I would say
That's a
Trump.
plus.
Trump was also pushing his brave and beautiful clot shot too. So
You're
certainly wasn't
absolutely
just
right
Rand.
about that. Absolutely right about that. So we, call balls and strikes where they may be. And so, yeah, just moving on through this. We're not going to dwell on this particular subject too much, but I'm glad the bill is off the table for now. I hope it stays off the table. Protect free speech at all costs is what I have to say. What do you
One of
guys
my big concerns is the razor thin margin in Congress and the amount of neocons and moderates and rhinos we still have.
Yep.
Congress has done like absolutely nothing other than the like continued resolution or whatever. They've done absolutely nothing. I don't have a lot of
Yeah,
faith
and now
in
they
it.
don't want to confirm
agree.
the U.S. Attorney Ed Martin to
Yeah, and then what
His
the
spot?
Jonesburg gets to choose his replacement or whatever.
Boasberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boasberg, the judge who's suing the Trump administration for the flights down to Venezuela, wants to
Yeah. Oh,
be able
pedo-eyes.
to replace Ed Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah, vote these people out, man.
I agree.
Yeah, we have to. People need to understand that.
That's the problem, though, is those like establishment people. The reason they stay in is because they basically run the Republican Party in their state, which
Yeah.
is why the grassroots people got to step up.
And they have a system of who goes against things that the party elders don't want by where their next election is and whatnot.
Mhm.
Also, they're boomers, and boomers gonna boom.
Boomer's gonna boomer as well. I totally agree, and it's a sad state of affairs. But hopefully, more younger voices can come up, younger based voices. I mean, I'm gonna be 25 about a week and a half, so, and I'm hoping more guys my age can be getting more involved in politics. Speaking of young guys in politics, I'm not gonna say the name because I'm gonna get clipped, but we have big.
Balls.
You know what?
Who likes
Doge,
big balls? Isaac
Raise your
likes
hands.
big balls.
Who's got
raise
the
your
biggest?
hands. I'm not going
balls?
to raise my hand. We had Jesse Waters say in a very much who is Spartacus moment, who is Batman? Who is the Batman? Let's see. Let me see.
The smallest guy there.
Of course.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Elon is so
Well,
proud.
people on LinkedIn take themselves like super seriously, and they're
They
pretty
do.
adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to
Risk
be neither of
adversity.
those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
This interview was great.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the whole clip, but I think that alone, when he pinpointed on not being risk averse, I'm like, heck yeah, because we're seeing that.
more
Yeah.
like him.
in-
Shiloh Hendricks.
That's right. We're going to be getting into that. But risk averse, I mean, we see this not only in politics, but we're seeing it in pop culture too. I'm sure, like Nick, like in the Hollywood and filmmaking, they are making the same sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel because they are so risk averse. They have no balls, you could say, to try
Remakes,
anything new,
all that crap.
and
Yeah.
be creative. So, I mean, this guy hit the nail right on the head. Not about speaking out against that. So, I mean, is this a sign for good things to come? Do you think culturally?
They're too afraid to piss people off. Some of these rhinos, they're just so afraid to piss people off, and that's why we can't get anything done.
Yeah, it's good that there's people like at this age group are willing to, take this sort of risk and just not care and be super serious about it because, this is what and how you change the game and make a difference. Honestly, like you said, like more young kids need to get involved and understand the read between the lines. Think outside the box, and it's like, I think Elon's. I haven't seen this clip until now, but I think Elon even just said he liked that or he complimented his response. So it's
his face lit up immediately.
Yeah,
when he said that. Yeah,
and it's like Elon understands that this kid understands, so he sees that there is hope. And again, the more people that see this clip will understand, like, oh, hey, that kid's my age. Like,
yeah,
if he can do it, I can do it, and then I won't be adversely affected by it. So, like, this seems right. And again, you gotta have big balls to take risks, and this guy or this kid certainly did. So, kudos to him.
That's how leaders are made.
And what's wrong with facing a little adversity from time to time? I mean,
you're
gonna have to face so much more adversity if you just let yourself get trampled over, and one day you wake up and you're in a fucking slave camp.
It'll be a lot more difficult. Yeah.
This clip right here is the fourth turning, in my opinion. This is a symbol. Encapsulates it. This is and when we say strong men, we mean strong of will. I mean, look at this: willing to go against the grain, willing to say the things that need to be said, do the things that need to be done. And he's working in Doge right now. He's probably 19 or 20. He's a college kid, and speaking for myself, me and other guys younger than me and around my age, I have a lot of hope. I think we are going to be approaching, you could almost say, a golden age, a better era, if we keep pushing and working.
Hopefully,
we all need to put we cannot get complacent. We need to put our part in and contribute. But
no more black pilling. Get up off your ass.
Not at all. Not at all.
No black pills at all.
So having nothing left to lose is very, very powerful. It saved me during lockdowns. I was able to not go along with any of it because thankfully I didn't have some job or wife or something or kids that forced me to. No apologies. It's so important. And you youngsters, you have we've destroyed your future. So you don't have anything to lose, so you don't have to apologize. Right. I didn't donate $10 to Shiloh because I thought it was funny she said the gamer word, even though it's hilarious. She said the gamer word. It's because we need to end cancel culture, and they immediately doxed her and tried to destroy her life. So my $10 to her was more about anti-cancel culture than anything. Because then the big balls have the balls to be able to stand up because they know even if they do end up getting attacked, they got people who have their back.
And part of the cycle of blackpilling is thinking you don't have any power, and that's bullshit. Because, for example, I told my work I was going to quit if they kept making me wear a face mask or get tested or whatever, and they turned around on it. So
I was the only one who didn't wear a mask where I worked.
I was the only. It was me and one other person working the same shift, and they couldn't live without me. So they're pretty much. I'm not saying it's only me that they changed their policy, but I'm just saying you have power in this world. You can't just black pill on everything and be afraid that they're just going to trample me. You know what I mean?
Always stand up for what you believe in, because if you don't, then they're just going to keep trampling you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that whole mask phase was pretty interesting. And I think my eye-opening moment during that time frame, just real briefly, was one of my best friends who is like a traveling nurse, and like seeing how he was dressed inside hospitals, and I'm like, well, that's a lot different than what we're doing in the outside. So if you're take the right precautions, then what the hell are we doing? Because whatever we got on ain't working. Because if it did, then you'd only be wearing that, and you're not. So
yes,
bullshit.
It's hard to breathe while you're doing your TikTok dances. So that
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, you're doing your TikTok dances with people, croaking in the background and stuff. Whatever. It is what it is. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm hearing
Terrible.
that Attorney General or the Surgeon General that got nominated is one of the TikTok enjoyers, and people are not liking that appointment. We need to look into that.
Well,
Or
speaking on
Lucas
this
pointed
subject,
it out.
we have a tab relating to this. Let's look at that, shall we? This applies, I think, greatly into it. I had it further down the line, but let's get in. This is a minute clip. Today, Trump signed an executive order to end federal funding for gain-of-function virus research, which many now believe, or know, caused the COVID issue. So let's see what he had to say.
The first relates to gain-of-function research. Gain-of-function research is a type of biomedical research where pathogens are adulterated, viruses are adulterated to make them more potent or to change the way that they function. Many people believe that gain-of-function research was one of the key causes of the COVID pandemic that struck us in the last decade. What this executive order does, first of all, it provides powerful new tools to enforce the ban on federal funding for gain-of-function research abroad. It also strengthens other oversight mechanisms related to that issue and creates an overarching strategy to ensure that biomedical research in general is being conducted safely and in a way that ultimately protects human health more.
It's a big deal. It could have been that we wouldn't have had the problem we had.
A lot of people say that, sir.
Yeah.
It's also good he waited until he basically broke China's economy so they couldn't continue it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Talk about timing. But I think this is possibly the biggest win, if not one of the biggest wins since the first 100 days. I mean, we're past the first, but since the second administration, I count this among one of the greatest because we have no idea what this could be nipping in the bud by eliminating this, what potential issues we could have down the line. If this
How's
had not
Hunter
been spent.
Biden going to make money off of Ukrainian biolabs, though?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, maybe he can paint some more art for global oligarchs he could sell to. So
I do have a question
straight
about
art.
it, though. Is this banning funding across the board, including overseas? Because it was already banned here under Obama, right? So
And then we sent
I
it from
believe it
North
talked about-
Carolina to there. That's
yes,
what
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it covered overseas. Yes, I believe this does.
otherwise, it really isn't. It really is a nothing burger if it's not covering it overseas. So.
Right.
But this is about the
pretty sure it
federal
is.
funding. It was banned from being here, and then through funding all the Eco Health Alliance and all those sorts of
Yeah,
groups,
they're
we
still
are
funding
it.
the
So it's probably about nipping that in the bud, I would guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's.
They always find loopholes, so you got to keep on them.
Yeah, or you just ignore executive orders, or judges say nah. Doesn't
Well, what
count.
they do when it's illegal to federally fund it is they'll get a corporation to do it for them.
And then the NGO will donate money, and
that's same old bullshit. That they got to nip that in the bud, big time. No.
Absolutely, we need to.
Hopefully, Doge is
crack down on-
putting the systems in place.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with Act Blue and other things, you know that they've cracked down on, I'm thinking that the era of the NGO severely diminished, maybe not eliminated, but in our country, the influence that they've been able to inflict upon our culture, upon our country, is hopefully severely reduced. I hope going forward. So
that's how these Marxists have taken over the world. They subvert the laws just by manipulating shit and getting around it, and then once they gain power, they just flat out break the laws because they don't care.
Yeah, because they can. Or
they're banning the AFD.
No one's telling them
Germany.
no.
You can't even run against me because you're a racist or something.
They tried doing that to us this last time around. They tried
doing that in Romania recently, and then the guy's replacement yesterday won 40% of the vote, and will probably win the presidency there now.
And then that Georgescu guy, he used to be a big old globalist. He was all in on the climate scam, all the sustainability stuff. And they still arrested him and said he was part of like a terrorist, like Nazi organization.
Russian-backed,
just like fully like all of the isms and stuff. They just completely made up.
Yeah, these people are like Bill Clinton, like they're center left and they're considered, right-wing extremists.
Speaking of Clintons, any congressperson or former congressperson with some sort of foundation or NGO, just immediately all across the board, every single one of them needs to be investigated. to give the American people confidence. Every single one.
That's the problem.
Charge them
Though. I
with
don't
money
think we
laundering.
have enough investigators on our side that would even
We don't.
do anything about it.
That's the thing with the old Epstein and all that stuff. Everyone wants them automatically. Then we need Congress to fund them hiring more people because we need more people.
They put Al Capone in prison for what they're doing on a daily basis. You know what I mean? They're money laundering across the board, and they're doing it all over the world, and there's nobody being held accountable for it.
Erwin, did you mention people with organizations? And,
oh my
needing to be
god!
investigated?
Oh,
I'd rather look at Maximus's feet picture.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'm not sure I'll go that far. But breaking: Hillary
Why the
Clinton
jump
could
scare?
potentially be running for president in 2028.
Dude, won't she be
Former
like
senior Trump, Jason Miller says this is hearsay.
It's Michelle Obama, if anyone.
Oh, Big Mike, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
Big Mike.
for
a
AOC,
black man?
black man,
A black
first
man.
first transgender.
Well, they realized that a woman kept getting beat, so they had to go with a man next time.
Yeah.
2020.
Surprised Trump hasn't caught any charges for all the times he's beaten.
Bro, she'll be 80 years old. Are you kidding me?
Adrenochrome goes a long way. I got to tell you right now. So.
2016.
Well, the old guard Democrats can't let go of power because they look and see what they've created with their young superstars. It ain't good.
Literal Democrat civil war right now. You love to see it.
So speaking of superstars, what do you think of this? Breaking: some Democrats remain open to a Kamala Harris presidential run in 2028.
She's the leader.
Please.
She's polling at the top. Like, what do you mean remain open?
Is
She's
she
currently their
over
best
the
option.
AOC Sanders
Bernie ticket?
ticket?
Yeah, no,
she's
both
their
sides.
answer to Bernie AOC's ticket.
AOC, all the
It'll
crazy.
be the battle between them two.
That's kind of crazy.
The reason they always steal Bernie's nomination, the primary from him, is because they know the commies aren't actually popular outside of their fake polling.
Yes. He has no chance against any Republican
Outside of their
whatsoever,
30,000 that will travel the country to go to every rally he has.
Correct. While
Also,
smoking
it
meth
says that some Democrats are open to her running again. It shows you how stupid some people are.
I would hope that they would do so much. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm done.
No, I was going to say, I hope they just do so much damage to each other that, like Hook said, like she's been our greatest weapon. That continue to expose how bad, the Democratic Party is with what Kamala. I mean, we already know, like a lot of us already know what's been going on, but for them to further expose it, after the 4 years of what we'll hopefully continue onward with, and making America a much better place through and through. At that point, it's like, how are you going to combat someone like JD Vance and someone else against a failed Kamala Harris that got exposed even more by someone who was, on their own side? So like it's gonna be really interesting to see who they actually decide to put forth against. I'm assuming
will
JD
someone
Vance.
emerge? You never know. Will someone emerge the next 3 years?
Well, we do have a development on this, and
The only person less successful than Kamala Harris is AOC. Like,
it's
gonna.
I don't like
AOC has not done anything.
I don't like that Rubio's name is even in here. Freaks me out a little bit, to be honest. So.
Yeah.
JD Vance, I'm good with, but Lil Marco, not so much. So,
yeah,
we'll see. This is according to America First Post. He's willing to turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican, naming JD Vance and Marco Rubio. So we need to put the pressure on the president. Do not go anywhere near Marco. You're already
Well,
too close,
you see, Trump has set the bar so high that we're trying to find a successor to, the greatest president in my lifetime, and it's just going to be hard to find someone to carry out as much, things as he can do.
I think it's obviously Vance. I mean, he destroys everybody in a debate, and he also
is a cut above.
He has the things that Trump is missing that make him potentially. And I'm not saying that he's a fighter
none of that even matters. He's the incumbent vice president. It's literally the only thing that matters. He is going to be the next one.
But his qualities bring out a lot more middle of the road voters. They just like the way he carries himself.
Yeah, the suburban white women aren't going to be as afraid of him as Trump.
No, No, he's definitely has a softer demeanor about him. He's more approachable. He's less
His
of
whole
the mean
meme,
tweets guy.
like the fat face,
Yeah.
like adorable Vance meme.
I mean, I know something about JD Vance memes a little bit, so I mean, you know,
You had a million tweet meme.
1.3 mil on JD Vance. So, one little piece of good news. We're not going to dwell on this. Trump is reportedly pushing to end the Section 8 program. Cool. I mean, I don't know if
that's a bold decision.
But that's pretty ballsy if I do say so myself.
So
I mean, if he's got a better idea, then I'm all for it.
So thanks to Obama, they have been pushing all of the ghetto trash from the cities out into the suburbs, and I've got to experience this Section 8 destruction of the town, the city I grew up in. End it, and like when I go grocery shop, I'm in area. I was like very white, pretty affluent area, and then you go to the really nice Target, always just like suburban white women, and they're like jeggings, and it's now you just see the occasional ratchet ass ho 400 pounds come riding down like a motor car, and it's like you do not belong here, bitch. What are you doing?
And it brings down the brings down the property value of everywhere it goes. And then they're also trying to force
it's not a lift up.
Upper end apartments and like Minneapolis area to take in broke ass criminals, and it brings down the property value of everyone who lives there. You know
I just tried to move into one. I made too much money, so if I had just been some fucking loser, you guys could have been paying for my rent.
Damn.
And then they bring them in, and then obviously, you know, it's I vote 90+% for my slave masters demographic, obviously too. Right. So then my incredibly conservative county, all of a sudden it's Democrat, just like the shithole city.
Yep.
How weird. So I wonder if Obama knew this was going to happen. And then all the new homes being built are for fucking Indians. It's almost like they're trying to turn the suburbs Democrat shitholes, just like the city. In Section 8, fuck all of them. Get a job, you fucking losers.
Make your cities great again. Stop bringing down our suburbs.
Have you considered dying? That's also a legitimate thing you could consider.
If all you're gonna do is sit on the fucking couch and just collect my money, how about we just like do the Canadian program, just put you down? You know what I mean? Like,
and then like I was a pizza delivery guy for a long time, and then those motherfuckers don't tip, obviously, and then you wait till your time. So they're literally, it's not only are they were stealing my tax dollars, they're also stealing my tax money directly from me.
Do you think Shiloh Hendricks leaves a tip to the pizza guy? I think so. I think so. That's all I gotta say. Moving on.
The Somali definitely does not.
I want to get Nick's
fuck Indians while we're at it. Sorry, Isaac. I love you. Thanks for letting me on your channel. I donated $10 to Shiloh today. My giving a fuck has gone out the window.
We're gonna have
white guilt. Fuck all this crap.
We're gonna have to get Isaac and give Cinco to help him recover.
Yeah, I might need to set something.
Can't demonetize what's not monetized.
True.
Can't.
I'm sorry, Isaac. I'm on
nothing
it.
left to lose. We're getting on the subject after this. We're getting on the subject. Queen Shiloh's after this. I promise. Nick, we got the movie man himself. We got 2 tabs on this. I'm sure you've heard about this. We don't need to reiterate this part, but Donald Trump places 100% tariff on all movies produced outside of America. We've heard about this. What is your initial, just like on the face, thought about this regarding this tariff? Not just the economics, but how it's going to impact like culture and movies.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely just seems like this is a very Trump thing to see and hear. Like when I first saw this, you know, I was like, I'm not surprised because it just seems like something he would think about and say. You know, again, if it happens, if it actually goes through, then I might be a little bit more surprised because I know that there are pros and cons on both sides, and I know that I've kind of even just heard people in a short amount of time that, you know, they might be for this or against this. And I understand there's a lot of, you know, good things that could be brought into America with, you know, the amount of jobs and employment rates and blah, blah, blah. You know, more people would probably gain success. Like there are different, you know, Hollywood movie actors like Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, Mark Wahlberg that want to, you know, create their own studios, and that'll benefit them. But it's, you know, there are a lot of other movies out there a lot of other IPs out there that have been created outside of America. So it's like, what happens to them? You know, how does that affect us with, you know, for people that might want to see those movies, you know, and I don't know how that would affect TV shows per se, like streaming platforms. Like that is something that, again, like, I don't know how far they've thought this through, but you know, it really depend. It's like saying the new Harry Potter series coming up. Like, I know a lot of us probably won't watch it to begin with, but in the event that people want to tune in to make content on, even though that goes through Max and, you know, Discovery and Warner Brothers, like, you know, how is that going to affect us as viewers, them as studios, production? So like, it's, you know, how will that affect us, you know, for the movie theaters? Right. Does it mean we have to pay more money? Like, you know, ticket prices are already pretty jacked up as it is. Like
they are,
you know, I mean, the last movie I went to go see was like $23 for a freaking, you know, 10 p.m. RPX Regal movie. So it's just like, this is ridiculous.
Dude, get
the value keeps going down.
The unlimited pass is $18.50 a month. And you get like 3 points for a popcorn.
I just heard about that like the next day. And I'm like,
dude, yeah. No, it pays for itself. And if the summer's coming up, you have to lock in for like 3 months or something. If you have a Regal buy, unlimited pass, highly recommend.
Cool. Yeah, I might have to do that because the Regal was like maybe 12, 13 minutes away from my house. So it's like
every 2 months you basically get like a free popcorn too. So you see one movie and it's paid for itself. So any movies you see passed in are basically like free movies. And when you see if you go see like Thunderbolts and you don't want to give Marvel money, you feel less bad because technically they get the full amount, but you yourself aren't giving as much.
Yeah, that works. This is gonna be really interesting to see how it plays out. You know, like I'm sure this is like literally just the beginning, so it's intriguing.
Okay.
Well, no, just like you mentioned, how could it affect other things like TV shows? Like we got Sophie in the chat. She talks about anime all the time. You know, it's not my thing, but there's a lot of people in our culture now that are really heavily into anime. A lot of base people too.
Watch Hatsune Miku's recent movie, thanks to Tomak, in my theater. Lots of anime there. Lots of Bollywood as well. Speaking of the city I was born and raised in, I'm being replaced in. So no more Bollywood movies?
Oh no!
I don't understand.
I'm okay with that.
That's not helping Hollywood, though.
We do have a development on this. On thatparkplace.com, which is a site I like quite a lot. We are having some.
Isaac, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I think StreamYard just kind of crapped out on me or something. I might have to come back or something.
Yeah, you got to back out, change it, come back.
StreamYard does genuinely suck. That's why we are over on Mo Zamboni's channel going to be doing.
So do I click on the link and come back in or something? Is that okay?
Exactly how you came back in. Back out, back in. Mo is on doing a StreamYard Suck series Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So go check that out. He's going to review other streaming sites. So
thoughts and prayers to Mo. Please God find something better.
Godspeed.
We're getting news that Avengers Doomsday may pause production until President Trump's Hollywood tariff details are announced. So this is not guarantees. You know, it says may pause production until the details are announced. So nothing set in stone. But this kind of blew me away.
Save on taxes by filming in London, I assume.
Huh.
Right.
I think
so they're saying
I think that's what the tariffs are actually going to be about. The people who go to like the UK for the big tax breaks.
Yeah.
Presumably that is who he's actually targeting. It's just the way he says it. It doesn't really sound like that.
Absolutely. So we're going to see how this develops. I mean, we don't even have to read through this whole thing, but just, I mean, the fact that this is even a possibility. Hollywood projects currently shooting overseas include Avengers Doomsday, The Odyssey, Avatar 4, and Supergirl. So if this is implemented, these are all movies that could be potentially affected. Potentially.
Do we care?
That's the thing. There's nothing on that list that I could care less about seeing.
But I mean, it's
important.
Or not we care about them because Avengers and Avatar, that's like the big tentpole for Disney. Right. And then you got Supergirl, where Warner Brothers
movie. Yep.
So many billions of dollars in debt and desperately need Superman and Supergirl to do well. So if they end up having to pay extra money towards like tariffs or extra production or like delays or whatever, good. You, James Gunn. Sorry.
So I agree with that.
And
the Odyssey, it's too diverse for me.
Well,
another Zendaya vehicle.
Make it like Greek or something crazy like that.
All right.
What a concept. Wow. We was Greeks and shit. So Mike Pence is bitter. Mike Pence is complaining about the tariffs and stuff. Whatever. Mike Pence, Mike Pence, whatever.
Well, didn't Congress just about get rid of them? Weren't they pretty close to voting that to get rid of the tariffs?
Yeah, 49 to 49. JD had to.
Yeah, JD had to step in. Yeah.
Right.
God, I hate Congress.
That was Rand Paul's baby too.
Yeah. Libertarian principles. Yeah, thanks.
We will see how this goes. Just moving on. We had to cover it. We'll see how it goes. But let's see. Do we got Magnum? We got Magnum.
There he is.
What a piece of shit, StreamYard.
It is. It is. So hopefully we can over the next few weeks find a better alternative.
I don't know what's good out there anymore, honestly.
Well, give it a month. Mo's going through all of them on his
Everybody's been
channel.
using StreamYard.
Well, there's a few. There's a few that are identical, so the hope is that at least one of them has improved to being better.
Yeah, I've been using EVMux so far. I'm still testing it out, as it were. So we shall see. I mean,
that's the main rival.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I agree. I want to pull this up. We can't say the words. Well, I mean, we can. I don't care. I'm not gonna. But if you want to. An Italian news site. I'm not Catholic, I'm Protestant, but this is still interesting news to cover. It's global news. An Italian news site alleges from, quote, private sources that Cardinal Pizzabella frequently calls homosexuals the F slur in private discussions, apparently commenting, there are F slur rings we've gotten rid of, one at least. So we've gotten rid of one at least.
Yeah, the Pope just died. Yeah, you got rid of one there.
So, we just
can we push this guy to replace him?
As an Italian, I'm not Catholic either. Thoroughbred Christian here, but
me too.
This is awesome. Like what a based Italian cardinal. Love it.
It's a step in the right direction. I mean, we're always going to disagree on theological matters, but if they can at least on the cultural side of things,
we agreed in some way of getting rid of the F words. So
PDF files.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So I support whoever the hell this guy is for Pope, Cardinal Pizzabella. Well, if not him, then Mel Gibson.
Pizzabella, yeah, based main.
The problem is the gamer slur words took over like everything, including the Vatican. And honestly, that's probably where a lot of their blackmail is hidden.
I mean, they just had two popes in a row that weren't from Italy, and they might be a little salty.
Last one was Commie Jesuit Pope. Yes, the Black Pope. Yeah.
Speaking of black, that segues perfectly. Thank you, Erwin. We have our girl Shiloh.
Yes,
surpassed Carmelo Anthony in fundraisers. Let's go, man. It's awesome. It's over 600 now. This was from
666 when I donated today.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It's beyond it. It's beyond that now. So we're pushing 700K for our girl Shiloh.
Crazy.
Let's go. I mean, whatever your opinion, we don't even have to get in on what happened. We all know what happened. But the point of the matter is, she's a mother. Look at her. She's got her kid. That's a little kid. The kid's in. She needs to relocate. We know radical leftists don't like that word. We know that words upset them and they commit physical acts of violence over people who say words. So I think it's fully reasonable to expect her to relocate her kid to another location for safety purposes. That's perfectly justified. And this is a rebuttal to Carmelo Anthony thing too.
That's the anti-cancel culture and because fuck Carmelo.
Yes, absolutely. It's two-sided coin there. I agree with that.
So I saw sinners.
One person murdered somebody, and the other person called somebody a naughty word.
Yeah, who probably
I think they need to parole Derek Chauvin and appoint him as her bodyguard. Same state.
And arrest the Black Secret Service that shot Ashley Babbitt.
Give him a statue.
Mm-hmm. And some knee pads too. So,
I gotta be safe when you're working out there.
I saw Sinners because I'm super progressive like that, and
you dropped the hard R. Sinners, I think it's.
I sat next to a fat black woman, so I got the 4D smell experience, and
nice.
Every time that the black guys dropped the N-word, perfectly fine. Every time they said cracker, perfectly fine. The one time the white guy drops the hard R, she goes, "Oh no."
Oh no!
Well, look, I want to comment on
evil magical word, and it's full blown mind control. And I'm not going along with your fucking mind control. Also, it used to be the Democrats' favorite word, and now black women vote for 98%. So go fuck yourself. Here's $10, Shiloh.
What did
To
LBJ say? He'd have them voting for him for the next 100 years.
To address Sophie's comment, both are so dumb. I can see that side of it, but also one dude stabbed another dude in the friggin' heart, and a lady said a mean word, and there's a difference. There is.
I don't care if it's the worst word on earth, and it probably is, but it doesn't matter. Compared to murder, I mean, come on, it's not even the same fucking league.
So
also, some of us are tired of having the cities we were born and raised in destroyed by the third world. So, don't drive us to a fucking breaking point, and we won't have to say gamer words at you. Sorry, Isaac. Do your 12 more tabs you have to do before in the next 10 minutes. Wait, Matt, did you shave, Isaac? You shaved?
Yeah, I did. So moving on. Hey, it's hot. I'm doing dusty stuff. I got to wear a mask, whatever it is. Matt Walsh, his boss, Benny Boy up there, is really opposed to Shiloh Hendricks, and he calls people that donate to her a lot of mean words. He thinks we're really stupid. He thinks people that donate to her are really dumb, mean, right-wing, racist, mean people. But Matt, who works for Ben, has a different opinion, and I think... Say what you will about Matt Walsh. He has horrible takes on pop culture. I think
he's a little more fair on this issue.
He is very, very solid on this. In my
opinion. It is, in the end, a net positive that this woman has raised $500,000. I'm glad she has. I hope she raises $1 million. I will not be joining with some of my conservative friends in wagging my finger at her donors, and I'll explain why. First of all, she does have a legitimate need for the money. The mob is truly trying to get her killed. I don't believe that a woman should have her life threatened for saying a word, even a bad one. And you could say freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences for your speech, all you want. But if losing your livelihood and having your house burned down is a consequence of your speech, then you do not have free speech. Supporting free speech means supporting someone's ability to speak without having their family murdered for it. Okay, I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Second, more importantly, and this is the part that I really need everyone to stop and think about. This is the most devastating attack on cancel culture that we have seen, possibly ever. Shiloh Hendricks has, without really trying, effectively ended cancel culture. As Mark Dice said in his video about the incident, Shiloh is the final boss of cancel culture, or maybe rather the final boss that cancel culture has to fight. And
I totally agree with that. I think white guilt is dead. About time. And cancel culture has been canceled. Now, Nick's got to go head out. You got a busy night, man. I know you got a stream coming up. You got an awesome stream. You started last week, didn't you? Just last week.
Yeah, I just started last week. So week 2 here. Ongoing session, so it should be fun though. Talking about movies and highlighting the masculinity in them. So it's been a fun time so far.
That is awesome. I look forward to checking that out. I saw the tail end of it last week. I enjoyed what I was seeing. Your link is in the description. I know the mods have been dropping in chat. Everyone, go check Nick out. He's got a great channel. Go check him out on X too. I really appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you for your input and everything. And you're welcome on anytime.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, would love to come back, chat with, thanks for having me. Good to see you, Magnum, Cornboy, Erwin. Always a pleasure. Chat. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Nick. Have a good one.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Round of applause for Nick. That was awesome. He's a good guy. We appreciate him coming on. And we're going to wrap up the last 5 minutes here before we raid into ABF's stream off the hip. Let me get the link ready for that. Still haven't figured out how to raid yet because I'm...
Oh, it's easy. I'll tell you after.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Don't you have to set it up before the stream?
No.
Yeah.
No, but it's really easy. So Shiloh's at $681,000. I'm so proud of her. And I wish the men in this country had half the balls as her.
I agree. She's a role model for us all, and I respect her. I'm on the record saying that. Whatever. I support Shiloh Hendricks. Is what it is. The libtards can suck it, and the neocons, too. So, last little thing, breaking President Trump orders reopening of Alcatraz prison. Whatever. That's kind of cool.
Better idea than
get Bukele to submit some plans to create a supermax there, like just replace everything with what they've got.
Well, the Trump plan to send regular bad criminals like American citizens to El Salvador was not a good idea, or send them to Gitmo, bad idea. Sending them to Alcatraz, using San Francisco's shitholeness to help de-shitholify America, to send our trash there.
I have an idea for their
Half of
homeless
San
problem.
Francisco needs to go there anyway.
Their homeless problem can go right there.
And then we could eventually have a movie called Escape from Alcatraz or something like that.
I want The Rock too. The Rock too.
I think you know who would be perfect playing that would be Clint Eastwood or his son Scott Eastwood, possibly. Why don't we get Scott Eastwood in that movie?
Yeah, and the little lady boy could be Robert De Niro's son.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'd be good with that. So yeah, I think that's it for our tabs for tonight. We got a killer chat. We peaked at over 20 viewers, guys. I think we hit 21.
Good.
What are we doing? I mean, guys. Yeah, I don't know. What
Like
the
and
heck?
subscribe.
Let's check in. Okay. Little self-shilly time. I'm sorry. I have to do it real quick. I'm at 231 subs. 231 subs. My birthday's in 11 days.
Be sure to tell all your friends about this show.
I set a goal 250 before 25. So I need 19 subs in 11 days. We'll see if it happens. But if I can hit 250 before 25, I'd be happy. So that's all I want. Is what it is.
I now understand why you said Clint Eastwood should be in a movie called Escape from Alcatraz.
You just now get yeah. Okay, just now
it was almost like he was in a movie called Escape from Alcatraz.
And well, what's funny? So if you look Escape from Alcatraz, it shows you Escape from Alcatraz and has a bunch of pictures and stuff about it. And then there's a random picture of Trump there talking about reopening Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Algorithm.
I love it.
Yeah, I love how Erwin he knows about all these crazy animes that hardly anyone's seen, but he's never heard of The Sopranos or Escape from Alcatraz.
I've heard of The Sopranos. I'm sorry, I assumed Escape from Alcatraz was a movie to the point where I looked it up, and it's 1979. I'm sorry.
I'm just giving you shit, man.
Hey,
anyone old enough to have watched it, I hope you die soon enough so you can stop destroying our society so we can be in charge.
Yeah, it's a boomer movie.
We're gonna do outros. ABF starting in 1 minute.
Okay.
Cornboy, where can people find you on X? We got your
at Cornboy on Twitter. Usually I just retweet shows that I watch. So if you're looking for a show to watch, check me out on there, and I'll point you in the right direction.
We appreciate it. Magnum,
And
same
I'll give
for you.
them
I
the
got your
thumbs
link
up.
in the description. We always appreciate the thumbs up.
Yeah, so you'll see me, podcasting with who I have been with Isaac and probably Erwin again, and once I have something boiling, I'll let people know. That's
awesome. We'll promote you when you do.
You're joining us tomorrow, right?
Yeah. If I'm still welcome.
And looks like we got Cornboy on as a regular too, so we appreciate that. And
perfect.
Whenever you can, all guys are welcome. Erwin, we finally got Erwin.
I'm sorry. I definitely hit my fourth turning where I'm like, okay, the Overton window has finally moved enough where I can stop hiding all those things, all those fun things I think inside my brain, and now I get to say them out loud on your channel.
On my channel, yes.
Not on politics.
Apparently, a rerun of Escape from Alcatraz played 2 hours before. So literally, a Hollywood Reporter and others are running articles saying that watching that rerun is why he decided to reopen Alcatraz.
That's awesome.
Are you kidding? He turned off the Gorilla channel to watch it.
So my being dumb actually ended up connecting and ended up being very accurate. So
and they think that's an insult.
But no, it's good. I like the idea.
Yeah, say it. What? Say what? Sophie.
Yeah, can they preemptively demonetize you?
Yeah. Where can people find you, Erwin?
I noticed in the Declaration of Independence, your intro song says Savage. Nerd Wars, who cares? Everyone knows who I am.
I know. Yeah. Whatever.
You think Risk It and Hook don't know where to find me?
For the one person that doesn't know who you are, I'm just letting them.
Atomic Patriot. I don't know if I've seen you in my chat yet. Atomic Patriot, Nerd Wars. One word, all caps.
He's a homosexual right here. Atomic is actually gay. So
watch his channel tomorrow night with ABF and Hayden. They'll be talking politics.
Yeah, if you want.
Kidding. Go raid ABF. Go watch Off the Hip right now and tell them we sent you. So go call them gay too. We'll have a good rest of the night, and we will catch you next week, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern.